have a 3-day test match. Finally, it will be happening even on day 4 as well, because West Indies, after being asked to follow on, been dismissed for 248 earlier in the day at 12:10. Afterwards, when you look at what has happened, it has been a West Indies fight back finally after 8 days in the series, because 87 from John Campbell, Shai Hope's 66 has ensured that West Indies now are trailing just by 97 runs, 8 wickets in hand. Can they make India bat again? Will they have a collapse? What's going to happen on day 4 that we will all be discussing in this post show that we have got. There is another match that's happening which is going to happen later on when we come back for the post match for that. But gents, your thoughts on day 3. India may have dominated 7 sessions, but have West Indies dominated the next 2?
I mean, it reminds me of that old song, right? No, Joanna, give me hope. Something that is often quoted when you're talking about Shai Hope. Well, in this case, it was John gave us all hope. And it is indeed those two men, John Campbell, Shai Hope, who have batted brilliantly on what have admittedly not been the greatest batting conditions. But I do feel like I think they've settled into a rhythm. They've managed to negate the spinners. And now suddenly, 173 for 2 West Indies on a day 3 pitch. Very, very impressive. Very impressive indeed.
I think this would be the first pie that would belong to them in 6 days of play that we've seen in the series so far.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single pie going to them in a test match that folded inside 3 days. So there couldn't have been a pie to them in this match as well. Again, it was all India on day 1. Day 2 as well, I don't recall there being a time where West Indies really clawed back in the match. However, this last session is where you saw some sort of a fight back from the visitors, and it was good fight back, must I say as well. Perhaps being helped by the fact that you saw the 9th wicket partnership for the West Indies in the first innings send a message across to the top order that listen, if you apply yourselves, there is a resistance over here that one can offer with the bat on this pitch, and that's where you saw a Campbell really, you use all his strokes, use all his experience as well. I would in fact say first innings he got a bit unlucky because that ball really struck
Sai
Sudarshan in a way that it really stuck onto him. Otherwise he was looking good. 40 odd I think he was on, and good application from him in this innings as well, followed by Shai Hope, again one of the more experienced campaigners that you have in this side and a good player of spin as we know. So that was good to see from the West Indies on a wicket that's not turning square, truth be told, and it's exactly what Ravindra Jadeja had told us yesterday in the post-match press conference, that we never really, even in the New Zealand series, we never really asked for rank turners. We asked for slow turners. It fits into that category if you ask me.
Well, slow turner or no slow turner, but it has been very hard work that the Indian bowlers have had to go through. Let's make one thing very clear here. The lower order, I had mentioned in the session that happened, they showed the top order how to go about your work. Please apply yourselves. Tej Narayan Chandrapal and Ali Atanas didn't do it. Washington Sundar, with the drift that he was getting, but he was also pretty erratic. But Carey Pierre, Anderson Phillip, Jayden Seales all frustrated the Indian bowlers, and that's why today John Campbell and Shai Hope have carried on the good work. The lower order showed them, boss, it just needs proper application. This pitch isn't going to deteriorate much. You just have to play according to the merit. And look at it. The partnership is worth 138 runs and counting. And they're saying this is the first 50-run partnership that a team has had for 8 tests. 100 plus in 8 tests, that is the thing. Because 3 tests against Australia, on those pitches, they were...
2 against Pakistan.
They didn't, because it was so bad, the pitches that they encountered. And yet again, this 30-year jinx, be very, very mindful of it, because what happened in all those other matches that you had? You won a match in Multan after 34 years. Okay? You beat Australia at the Gava after close to 30 years. You have not won a test in India for 31 years. And you're not won in Delhi ever since 1987. Now, on this particular wicket, if they apply themselves and with this duo eliminates the 97-run trail, and then a total of 150, 200. who knows what can happen.
And see, I think tomorrow, unless they do something really absolutely silly, think back to what happened with Yashasvi Jaiswal and Gill. See, these two for the first hour or so should ideally have better batting conditions. Pitch will be nicely rolled. They'll most likely go for the light roller. So you have that one time where run scoring will arguably be at its easiest. Get past that, and then thereafter, as we've seen with this pitch, really, as you guys were pointing out, it's not a rank turner.
Yeah.
They just turn, sure. But the pitch is not deteriorating either because, I mean, let's face it, we are based out of Delhi NCR. The weather has gotten much better. So
Although today, isn't it slightly more?
It is slightly more hot, but it's not baking, let's say. It
you
won't
don't
bake
need-
the pitch down.
Yeah, you need proper temperatures over a consistent basis for the pitch to start deteriorating to the extent that we are used to it deteriorating. That ain't happening.
You know,
right
the
now.
one delivery that offered some hope of this being a pitch that could break down quickly was, again, I think that dismissal of KL Rahul, where the ball really left him, hands.
Morgan.
Yeah, it really left him wondering where he was. And yeah, I still haven't seen that kind of turn. Maybe a couple of deliveries from Kuldeep here and there. But otherwise, I haven't really seen the ball start to disturb batters. Again, this is very good application from Kuldeep, I would say, where he was mixing things up. And we know his wrong one can be extremely lethal. And that's what it proved to be. A well-deserved fifer for Kuldeep Yadav. But otherwise, there isn't a lot of turn on offer for spinners to really make hay in sunshine.
But we'll have a word on Kuldeep. I mean, 15 tests, 5 wicket hauls, meaning he takes a 5 wicket haul every 3 tests. And today he was your best bowler. I mean, I think that one dismissal, I don't know, just go down a bit. I think that dismissal which he had of Shai Hope, I think that was the definition of okay. How do you get a proper batter out? And he does get it often. The googly, use the googly. I think Jaden Seals was undone by the googly.
Yeah, I think Shai Hope though was a straight one. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It didn't really turn. In fact, that's another thing. If you're expecting the ball to turn and you slip out and it just doesn't, then that's suddenly out of textbook at that point in time.
But then again, people, I mean, when I got the comments, they were saying, oh, Kuldeep should have played in England. Kuldeep, if he had played, we would have won the series rather. But then I said, well, look, no use crying over spilt milk. Kuldeep didn't play. But do you think, looking at this series that panned out, would a Kuldeep Yadav have made a difference? In that series, he's making a difference here, definitely. He's got 5 wicket hauls in 5 times now in 15 tests.
Look, we can cry over spilt milk all you like, and truth be told, it'll make no difference. But I mean, Kuldeep has to consider himself one of the unluckiest cricketers in Test cricket. I'll tell you why. Kuldeep has played 15 tests? 15. His 14th test was the match against West Indies in Ahmedabad, right? He made his debut, I think, in 2017.
Dharamshala.
Yeah. Now, since 2017, he's played 14 tests. That meant, up until that point, Morne Morkel in that time period had played 15 test matches. Morne Morkel has been retired a fair few years at this point and is now the Indian bowling coach. So the fact that Kuldeep Yadav has now equaled the same number of tests that Morne Morkel has played, despite Morkel having been retired for a few years, tells you everything you need to know about how unlucky he's been when it comes to appearances. If he had been playing in England, sure, of course you could have won the series for a very simple reason. He's not someone who needs pitches to actually weave his magic. His mastery comes from almost negating the pitch. So he has that advantage. Having said that, for years now, and this is not a Gambhir problem by the way, for years now, you have only gone with one spinner in overseas, and that one spinner has almost always been an all-rounder. It's been Jadeja for years at this point in time. Ashwin very rarely gets when he was playing, very rarely towards the fag end of his career was he getting a look in overseas. That's just a fact of life. So I don't think, you could make a case for it, sure. Is the head coach then going to weaken his batting? I doubt. And you're not going to play 2 spinners. You're simply not going to play 2 spinners in overseas conditions.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Somebody of his quality doesn't make it to the 11. It's just unfortunate. But it's also down to the fact that now, regardless of the format, and again, this is debatable, you like batting till number 8. There is not a single format left now. I am a firm believer of the fact that you need to have room for specialists in at least the red ball format and in ODI cricket. I do believe there is great room and there must be always room for specialists, because where else will you use specialists? I understand T20 very short, so you can pack your batting or pack your 11 with all rounders because it's just 20 overs. But the way a test match or an ODI game ebbs and flows, that's where you need specialists to come into play. And surely, a Kuldeep Yadav is bound to make a difference anywhere, Siddharth, that he plays. Anywhere in this world you play a Kuldeep Yadav, red soil, black soil, no soil, whatever it is, he will make a difference. You make him play
soil.
on cement tracks as well. He's going to get you wickets.
Cement track, I can imagine the ball just whizzing through the air. and
No,
hitting
guys,
that
let's not think about that. There's no way we're traveling to Pakistan.
We are not traveling to Pakistan. But then see, this Indian team has got a dichotomy, an interesting dichotomy. One, Kuldeep Yadav, how will you fit him in? But you got a Nitish Reddy, who you fitted him in, has gotten 44. The only time perhaps he may come out to bat, hasn't bowled a single over. Now, why are you not using Nitish Reddy, the bowler, that often? What is the reason? You don't have that much confidence in his bowling? I don't know. Do you have enough confidence in his batting? I don't know. We got a promotion though in Delhi. You got a promotion, and that is why Kuldeep unable to play in all tests overseas. But Nitish Reddy at this point in time scores 43, hasn't gotten an over. And even in Ahmedabad, he got only 5 overs.
See, I think with Nitish it's a bit unfortunate. We know how good a bat he is. That's well known. You don't score a test century in Australia if you don't know how to handle the willow. Simple as. That being said, we know his bowling has always been a bit of a work in progress. He's a utility bowler at best, even in white ball cricket. Now, you've suddenly pinned your hopes on him being that all-rounder who you can rely on in test cricket, which is fair. The point then is that he needs some experience bowling like that. So the fact that he hasn't bowled here, a bit mystifying. I mean, you turned to Jaiswal to bowl an over, for crying out loud. You're telling me you couldn't have accommodated a Nitish Reddy over in there somewhere?
I think, because see, you did see Nitish bowl when he was fit in that Australia series. You did see him bowl on a few occasions. I think this is just down to the track. See, time and again, we've heard in press conferences the other day, I think it was Ryan Tenduscarter who had come from, who'd come for the press conference on the eve of the test match. No, this was on the day of the prior. Dinner. It was on the day of the dinner. So 8th of October it was when he came for that press conference, and he said, listen, we need players who can give us both facets, especially if you're all-rounders. We need you to be doing both things. And they were very excited about Nitish playing the second test match also, because they wanted to see him both bat and bowl. Unfortunate again, in the previous match you only got to see him bat once, and one of the reasons he said we're likely to go with the same 11 is because we want to see more of Nitish. We want to see what is it that he can do with the bat much more. At the moment though, I think the thought must be there to have him bowl as well, as we saw in limited overs cricket with Shivam Dube. In the Asia Cup, you saw him out bowl at times a Hardik Pandya as well. So that's the kind of bowling you saw from Shivam Dube. So I think the initiative is very clear. You need to enable the all-rounders much more. Had the conditions been a little more seam friendly, perhaps he would have bowled, because see, he will go to his cutters from time to time. He is not express pace. He needs some sort of assistance from the pitch. When that's missing, and I will again take you back to Australia, which is where he got a couple of wickets as well, was because you got those zipping conditions. You're not going to be getting those here in India, or at least at the two venues where you've played this series. So that's what explains to me why Nitish has not bowled, and Yashasvi Jaiswal has bowled. Sundar had to bowl, but bulk of the bowling, even a Siraj for that matter, Siddharth, you see first innings, I think just about 10 overs he bowled.
I think he bowled more. I think
9 or 10 overs I think he bowled. Siraj.
Siraj bowled 9. Bumrah bowled 14.
See, and that just tells you, because bulk of the bowling again was done by your spinners. 20 overs roughly for Ravindra Jadeja, 26.5, so that's 27 for Kuldeep and 13 from Sundar. So you wanted, the idea always was, if your second premier fast bowler in Siraj is bowling only 9, there's only 2, then I give to somebody like a Nitish Kumar Reddy, right?
Although Reddy bowled more in England because the conditions were far more conducive to his bowling. I don't know how. Australia, he struggled with the bowling. So that's why That's the dichotomy that this Indian cricket team is blessed with. Nitish can't be used as a bowler that much. On the other hand, a Kuldeep can't fit him in most conditions because batting issues, because Jadeja is your premier all-rounder. He showed it in England also. With the ball, he didn't prosper, but with the bat, he was your difference maker. He got dismissed only in the
once.
second innings.
Of the last match.
Yes. He didn't.
Oval.
Yeah. He had a fantastic series in that. So, yep. Now, the decision which everybody is like saying, was it necessary for India to have declared at 518?
Never mind declare. I think the one decision people are talking about more is the dreaded F word, follow on.
Was it necessary to enforce the follow-on?
This is the first follow on in what, 8 years you're enforcing?
2015, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Virat Kohli.
Didn't you enforce it in 2024?
Let me complete that for you, Siddharth. So 10 years for a sub 300 lead.
Oh, okay.
So last time it was done was against Bangladesh by Virat Kohli when you had a sub 300 lead.
2017.
15.
15.
Yes.
In Hyderabad, right?
No. I think
It was Mirpur.
It wasn't Mirpur either, I think.
See, because when Bangladesh came to India, it was in 2017 and one-off test in Hyderabad.
I think I gave that. Wait, I think I.
You can check it out, yeah.
May
Because
have it as well somewhere.
Correct. I think, see, should the follow-on have been enforced? Do you think India could have batted for 2 more sessions and say, yeah, let's just give a total of 470, 480 and then...
See, I think they expected another kind of cluster collapse to be coming.
Sorry to cut you short, Shane. It was Fatullah in 2015.
Fatullah 2015, correct. That I think ended in a draw because of rain.
So,
Yeah, well, one day I think got washed out.
So I think the main reason why they wanted to enforce the follow-on is because I don't think they felt it was necessary to bat again. I think they felt they had enough runs to potentially dismiss West Indies. It's brave. It's a brave call. There's nothing wrong with it. And I still fully back it. I know the West Indies batters have batted better, but let's give them credit. Much as we might like to dunk on this series, these guys aren't here to cut grass. They're also players who are considered good enough to be playing international cricket. So eventually it had to reach a point where they would eventually come to the party. And we've seen that now. I don't mind the decision to follow on. Even now, I'm fully confident that the Indian team has enough firepower, enough quality in the bowling that they can get them out either under these 97 runs or do it at a point where you don't really have to bat too much.
30, 40 runs.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
I'm a complete backer as well. Nothing to disagree in terms of what Shane also said at that time as well. While I must say 518 is when we declared.
518, yeah.
Yeah, I just had a feeling you were batting till about 550. But yeah, that wicket of Jurel fell and then the captain decided, okay, enough's enough. And again, 20-30 runs in the context of the wicket that you're playing on and the opposition. See, you wouldn't have done that to, let's say, an England side. In their case, if England were visiting, if you were playing England on this track, I think you would have wanted to bat till the end of your 10 wickets. You would have wanted to maximize as much. But looking at the opposition and no discrediting the opposition over here, at some point, I agree with Shane. They had to also, come up with some sort of pedigree and play to the caliber that these guys have. These are international cricketers after all. Remember, they won that second match in that Pakistan series. They also won the Brisbane match as well. And incidentally, both were, I think, the second matches of the respective series. And this also is the second match of the series. So maybe it's just a West Indies habit nowadays in Test cricket to get their best in the second Test match.
See, it also speaks to a larger trend, right? You don't really do much in terms of warm-up games anymore. The calendar is so packed nowadays that it is nigh on impossible unless it's for a very big series that big boards will organize warm-up games. That's just
I mean,
doesn't really
see,
happen.
in the BGT,
that
you had an
follow-on-
intra-squad game.
That follow-on, I think, was just justified.
Yeah, so see, 518, but the pitch luckily hasn't deteriorated in such a way that perhaps even see, the biggest cluster collapse, if you look at it, was 4 wickets in that first session. Apart from that, they held on. I mean, they frustrated them until lunch. Then they batted for another 1 hour. And then that's about it. You've not had any major cluster collapses at this point. But yeah, India have been forced to toil. And that is why it's a very good thing that India, you can't rely on rank turners and then just get away with it. Yeah, I mean, enough is enough. You need a proper contest between bat and ball. And that is why, luckily, this contest has happened in a very good way. Tomorrow, I don't know what will happen. Maybe is it the last day tomorrow? I am not so sure. If the West Indies do what they have done today, I don't think you are going into the 4th day as your last day. I think you will have the 5th day as well. So.
If they bat well tomorrow in the first session, I think, or at least first 1.5 sessions, then you're in for a 5th day test match.
Correct.
Which is actually a lot more than what most of us are expecting in this particular series.
When was the? I think all the England tests in India did go for 5 days.
Most of them. I don't think all of them.
I don't think all, yeah.
Okay. Rajkot, I think, ended on
Hyderabad went to the last day.
Then
Nagpur?
I think even Vizag also went to the last
Dharamshala
day.
went to, I think.
Dharamshala, I think, only finished in 3-4 days. if I'm
4
not
days.
mistaken. 4 days, yeah. Ranchi, I think, went to the 5th day. I think Ranchi went. Vizag also went, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Vizag,
first session, I
where
think
you
it
needed
was.
Jurel to bail you out.
Yeah, no, that was Ranchi.
That was Ranchi.
That was Ranchi, where Jurel had to bail you out in that sense. So, Gill hit a century. I think you won by 100 runs or something. I think 5th day, second session, I think you finished off the test match. So, that's why. But let's take some comments at this point in time. Arvind Atreyas is like saying, I want the match to go to the 5th day.
Yeah, I think it would be good for West Indies Test cricket if they can manage to even go to the 5th day. It would give these players a lot of confidence. Remember, I think they're trying to build a consistent test team. So I think these guys, some of them have been in and around the system for a while. They can actually do that. Then it gives them a bit of confidence. Nothing wrong with that.
If you have to build a consistent test team, you have to start winning.
And
You
not
can't.
no, never mind that. First winning. First, I'll let the team play together for a year or two.
Yeah.
How many from these in a couple of years can you guarantee will be playing with Test cricket for the West Indies?
Only Jaden Seals. looking at it.
Exactly.
Just Jaden. No one else. Neither Shai Hope, neither, if you look at Roston Chase. They're all, see, Chase has become a very reluctant or stand-in captain. So I really don't know how it will go into that. Then Saeed Nizamuddin saying, Shubman Gill captain in all 3 formats. Is this too much burden on him? We don't know yet.
Yeah, no, he will. I think after the World Cup is done, I think there'll be a call taken on him there. And truth be told, I'm not a big fan of having one captain across formats. We've seen that approach have mixed results in recent years, and personally I'm not a fan of it. I know Rohit had some success in that regard, but don't forget, in tests it was hit or miss. So in ODIs and T20s, undisputedly no problem. But I don't know, I think I want a different captain, at least across for red ball, white ball.
Correct.
I would prefer that.
Dr. Rishi is like saying he would have made a lot of difference, Kuldeep Yadav. As Bazball struggles a lot against a quality leg spinner, Kuldeep was the best bowler in the home series 4-1 versus England.
See, that's the thing. And I remember that particular series, you generally had what you define as sporting pitches. They weren't ranked turners, except I think the first match, the Hyderabad match, where I think it was Ollie Pope.
Pope
176. Yeah. So that was the only match where I remember it being a ranked turner. Beyond that, you didn't play on ranked turners. You played on very sporting pitches, and Kuldeep prospered in them.
Sarat Chandra, Kuldeep has 330 wickets at irregular play. I mean, he's talking about all formats. But now, age of 30, can he reach 500, 600?
No reason for him not to. See, as a spinner, you're not putting that much pressure on your body. Assuming you can play 5-6 more years.
But see, he's always going to be missing out on anywhere between 5 to 8 test matches. And you will be traveling.
Overseas, yeah.
Exactly. And in a window, in a WTC cycle, how many? You're playing anywhere between 12 to 15. Right?
This time you are playing a total of 16. You're playing 16. You see 5 England, 2 now, 2 South Africa, 2 Sri Lanka, 2 New Zealand, 5 Australia. 18. You're playing 18.
That's terrible when you consider that there are calendar years where England have played 18 test matches in 1 year.
That is because England plays 2 5 test matches along with India and Australia, but they don't want to play 2 test series. They play a 3 test series.
Which is, in my opinion, much better. I don't like 2 test series.
I mean, Sri Lanka in the whole and South Africa in the last cycle went only 2 to 2 tests.
That's South Africa have done that in both cycles prior. Both cycles prior they've done that.
Yep.
So I'm not a fan. I think 3 tests should be the bare minimum that a series should consist of. I think that's a rule ICC should
2027 WTC, I think that is what is happening.
Good.
Piyush Nandre is saying, Gambhir really ruined the cricket watching experience. How was he responsible for all of this? Unless, does he mean tongue-in-cheek? I don't know. Gambhir should be sacked. Why? What has he done wrong?
Have we lost the test match?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Have we lost the test series?
Why the doom and gloom? Why is Piyush Nandre so downbeat? I don't get it.
I really don't know. And
please tell us, Piyush. We'd love to
How
know.
many wickets does Kuldeep have in 15 tests? That I'll just tell you in a matter of seconds. Kuldeep Yadav, today we knew that he picked up his fifth
50.
5-wicket haul. He has a total of 68. 60. Oh, every test he takes 4 wickets.
4 wickets.
Wow.
It's a very good average.
Wow.
It's a crazy good average.
So, yes.
Further balls down to 2 every innings.
Yep. Any other
Can we
comment?
go down?
Go
Further
down further. Yeah.
Let's say a lot of people seem to be very, very interested in the India versus Australia
The
women's
women's
match.
game,
And I
yeah,
think
it's-
with good reason, 218 for 234 overs. I think at this point in time, India need to be targeting something close.
To 350.
Yeah, easily.
350 because see
Easily.
the highest total that they've had is 366 and that is when that happened in the Delhi road, but even this is a Vizag road.
I like what Sarat Chandra says. He says that the West Indies team took Sadhvi Sir's reel very seriously of taking the match into the 5th day.
Oh goodness.
5 दिन का test match is coming
कहाँ
for 5
मिलता है
days.
सरदार 5 दिन का टेस्ट मैच? Please tell me.
इंग्लैंड में मिलता है यहाँ नहीं मिलता है.
But see, even beat you makes a good point where he says India has dominated the series, but this is by far the best partnership of the series between Campbell and Hope, and against arguably the best spin bowling attack in the world. Yeah, hard to argue.
It is.
Yeah, it's a high quality partnership.
It
Agreed.
is. And I mean, Anshu Mishra is predicting that maybe a John Campbell might do a 281 and Shai Hope 180. Second innings, Jomel Warikan 6 wickets and a hat trick. Although Jomel did take 5 wickets against Pakistan and Multan in that final day. So, I mean, you're not seeing a Kolkata repeat all over again unless something miraculous. The stars have to align in place to ensure that it happens. Kolkata was a once in a lifetime kind of a match.
that was rare. I mean, that was the exception to the long established norm.
Yeah. Although a similar match had happened about 20 years ago. Prior to that, 1981 Leeds.
Yeah, but even then, see, you've cited 2 examples of that. How old is Test cricket?
Yeah. 100
Doesn't happen often.
50 years plus.
Exactly.
Not happening.
Doesn't
my friend.
happen that
So,
often.
Last question before you wind off. Are we seeing the test match end tomorrow or are we seeing it go to the
I think it ends tomorrow.
I think so too.
I think it'll maybe
See,
drag towards the end of last session, but it ends tomorrow.
See, both batters will have to reset tomorrow. Also, this ball might just start doing things.
Pitch might start acting up a little bit. You don't know.
Yeah. I'm expecting it to be ending tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not acting up per se, but okay, I think there is some bit of movement, there is some bit of spin assistance. Kuldeep again holds the key, Jaddu, I mean, they combined to take a total of how many? 8 wickets in the match. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
So yeah,
because one Siraj, one
Bumrah. Yep. So let's see. We'll be back for the India versus Australia, the Women's World Cup game that's happening. It's happening in Vizag on an absolute road. I mean, it's like, did they get it from Delhi to here and shifted that pitch to Delhi?
No, Vizag, I remember.
This year IPL,
not even this year, last year.
as
Also. Remember
well.
when Narayan got that century?
I do.
Yeah, that match was played over there only, and every bowler was made to look ordinary because the pitch had nothing on offer. So
Yeah, so that's why.
Thank
See,
God.
366 is the highest ever total by India against Australia, which happened a couple of weeks back. So maybe it could happen. It may not happen. So let's see. Harmanpreet looking in good form.
Harman, even Harleen has been in good touch, going at a strike rate of 100 for a change.
That shows either the pitch is an absolute road or maybe the Australians have been absolutely woeful.
You've seen 4 Indian batters till now, and all of them
Have
have
looked excellent.
Exactly, all of them have been able to get their eye in, play their strokes, open their arms.
Yep, it's A 75, 80, 35, 19. So let's see how it goes. We'll see you for the India versus Australia game now. This test match, day 3 is done. Tomorrow join us for day 4 and check out all the other videos that we have done so far on Sports Today from Harshid, me and Shane. It's bye-bye. See you soon.